Hello and welcome to Lies You Tell, where we just talk about the lies that kind of shape our lives, everyday life, because everybody tells lies, it turns out. Today we're here with Susie,
Kenneth,
James,
and Shane.
There you go. I didn't let Susie announce her own name.
Susie.
Yeah. And today we'll just be talking about the lies that you tell to kids, mainly that parents tell to kids, because we're told a lot of lies from a very early age. So we're pretty much from an early age we have stuff like the boy who cried wolf. It's just kind of embedded in our memories, and we know that we should not lie. But then besides that, there's a lot of lies that are also just kind of accepted as everyday necessities, just like little white lies and everything like that. So I was wondering what people think about that, just the fact that, do you think it is a necessity that parents need to lie to their kids?
well, yeah, with kids you need to lie to them, I think. You know, you need to keep them in line, you know, keep the old lies going. You know, eat your carrots you see in the dark, you know. I always found that worked for me, like, and I kind of believed it until an embarrassingly older age. You know, so, yeah.
What age did you believe that?
I don't really want to reveal that just yet, so.
Aw.
But I used to eat all the carrots, and I could be like lying down on my bed and be like, I can definitely see better in the dark. So it works. I mean, you know, I was a healthy kid, so.
Well, actually, we'll have more on that later. Promises. But yeah, like, I mean, I suppose it's kind of that kind of thing that if it's protecting people, if it's helping the kids to kind of grow up as well-rounded adults, then that's all right. Do you think?
Yeah, like we always tell my little sister, she's climbing the stairs, and I was like, don't climb the stairs, you'll fall and you'll go down through the ground and you'll never come back. So, stupid stuff. Like.
You'll never come back. It's shocking. Well, actually, Einstein kind of realised at some point that that all the lies that we're told as kids aren't really as they seem, and this is what he said. This is a quote. Through the reading of popular scientific books, I soon reached the conviction that much in the stories of the Bible could not be true. The consequence was a positively fanatic free thinking coupled with the impression that youth is intentionally being deceived by the state through lies. It was a crushing impression. Does anyone feel really bad for Einstein? That's really sad. I feel bad for Einstein. It's like, soz.
The church is the ultimate lie, though.
There you go, you see? Like, I mean, that's an arguable thing, though, but
I will argue you till the end on that. The
yeah,
church is the ultimate
no,
lie.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to argue with you, but our viewers may argue. Like, I mean, I just mean that that's the kind of thing that different kids are taught different things, and then it's arguable whether it's a lie or not. For instance, my mother doesn't believe in God, but she did kind of bring me up to believe in God,
Yeah.
and now I don't. But that's besides the point. Is that you know, it's kind of, is it for the better of the child to kind of?
No. Like
No.
in primary schools, the teachers are telling the kids, Jesus did this and he rose from the dead and made bread out of nothing, and here's some fish and all this. Like,
Yeah.
it's clearly a load of lies. Like.
Yeah, a lot of it is just as ridiculous as stuff like Santa.
And there's no proof, only a book that was written, which has been altered by the church.
And if you look at other religions, a lot of them are eerily the same.
Yeah.
So yeah, so like, I mean, I agree with you, but I mean, there's a lot of people that, you know, my granny would fight you to the ground on it.
Oh, I know.
Physically.
You know, I've had to hit my granny before.
Your poor granny.
She was alright the next day.
So in general, it's kind of just, like I said, it's just to protect them and help them to just kind of grow up the way that they should. But there was a study done on livescience.com that showed that parents who took part, their lies to their kids weren't always those kind of little necessary white lies, that sometimes they were doing stuff like lying to prevent their kid from having a tantrum or from talking excessively or something like that. So it wasn't just in the child's best interest. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's like it's a control thing. Like, like I remember, it's probably the same with the church as well. Like, do you remember as a kid being told in the shops if you wanted a toy that the man was gonna get you? Remember the man? Who was he?
It's like Dara O'Brien.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a whole skit on it. Has that ever happened to anybody?
The man was everywhere, though. He
Well,
wasn't just
yeah.
in.
My
he
man
in
was
the
a
so
giant.
bad.
I was told to get off the wall because the giant was over. I was like this big and I was afraid of a giant coming
Oh
out.
my
Yeah.
God.
And only recently we stopped. It's like the carrots thing. Only reason he stopped was about the giant. He's not real.
Well, I didn't, the whole man thing, I don't remember it happening to me, but my dad said that the other day he was on a train and some woman did it to him. She pointed at him to her, she was talking to her kid, and she's like, stop it now, or that man over there, he'll be over and he'll get you. And like, he was used.
Yeah, your dad appreciated that one.
Yeah,
Striking fear
he
into
was
young
just kind of
kids.
sitting there like, no, I'm sound, you know, I'm grand, I'm not going to do anything.
He's
So-
trying to absolutely batter the kid.
They're harsh,
You
like.
put me in charge, woman. I'm handling this. Very sure I don't.
Exactly, it's my responsibility now. Well, I have got a quote here from Life Science, where that study was done, and it says many parents reported telling their children that bad things would happen to them if they didn't go to bed or eat certain foods. One mother recalled telling her child that if he didn't finish his food, he would get pimples all over his face. Like, is that not a bit harsh?
It makes life easier for parents, but
Yeah.
I think that's going a bit far. Like, you know, I was told, like, don't make those faces if the wind change, your faces stay like that.
Yeah, I think
And I was
everyone's told
absolutely
that.
terrified to
That's a
make
common-
faces outside.
Well, I've got some, just some random examples of the lies that you tell to kids here, right? So, including stuff like eating crust will make your hair go curly. So, and you know, and that whole wind changing thing. But the thing with the crusts one is that they, like, there's different forms of them. So, like, I would say, did anyone get eating crust will make your hair go curly?
I got it that it was the best part of the bread,
Yeah.
the crust. Like, it
Well,
was,
it actually is a little bit healthier.
oh, is it? I've been
Just a
shown.
tiny bit. But my granny got, like, it's a little bit changed. Apparently it's fried bread and walking against the wind. Yeah, fried bread and running against the wind actually makes your hair curly. And her friend apparently went out to test it. Didn't work. So that's a sad one. Going to bed with wet hair gives you water on the brain. That's a pretty horrible one. Like, I mean, anybody?
That seems
Just
a bit
stupid.
older.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty gross. Like, it's horrible. What about the ice cream truck when it's playing the music? The ice cream's all gone.
Yeah.
I never heard that.
I
in
Or
my
blame
like
the
they
kid
just
in that
play the music
situation.
to make
Yeah.
the kids happy because there's no
Because
ice
there's
cream
no
left.
ice cream. Oh my god! I never got that, but I heard about kids who got that. I
That's
think
the kid's fault, if you ask me. That kid should know better than that. Like, the kid should just put two and two together and realise that why is he advertising himself?
well, I mean,
Why is he
seriously,
stopping up for the other kids
Did
to
you-
come out and
did
get
you
ice cream
believe
off him?
I didn't believe. I was never told.
No.
I think I blame the kid there. That's inexcusable.
Well, there's the if you're not good, you'll get a lump of coal in your Christmas stocking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty standard. Like.
Okay, and has anybody ever gotten a lump of coal?
No.
All right.
No.
Well.
That'd be a bit too cruel. I think.
Oh yeah, I don't know if any parents actually did do it. Although when I was doing research for this show, there were some of the sites that said that some kids did get a lump of coal because it was the only fun that they could look forward to was the warmth that came from their toy burning. I was
this
like,
from the
that's
Middle
a
Ages
little-
or something?
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. That's a little bit sad. Apparently, ages ago, that's the way it was. But I have where it could have come from. So the idea is there's lots of different theories as to where this whole lump of coal thing could have come from. But I think the funniest is that since Santa just comes down the chimney and the your stocking is right there, that he just like reaches into your chimney. He's like, oh yeah, screw it. And he's just like, I've got nothing for you. So there you go. That's grand. And as well as that, I have this really funny thing. In 2007, Discovery News reported that Santa was ending the coal tradition because of global warming. And it said, there was a quote on here. It said, in light of the prominent role of coal burning in global warming, Santa has decided that he can no longer in any way endorse the extraction of coal, explained Ilbereth, Kringo's spokeself.
In
Wait.
fairness, he lives in the North Pole. If anyone's going to be worried about global warming,
Yeah,
It'd be
exactly.
him.
Because his factory is at risk.
yeah,
That's the
he
thing.
didn't have nowhere to build his toys.
Well,
He
it's like-
wrote, and he wears a jumper all the time. Actually, he knows what he's doing.
I got some true or falses. First one is carrots make you see in the dark. True or false?
It's false. Learned my lesson.
Turns out it's kind of true. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they won't give you night vision, obviously. But they're full of beta carotene, which can help your body make vitamin A, or retinol, which is extremely good for your vision and can protect you against stuff like cataracts, glaucoma, and macular degeneration and night blindness.
I see.
Yep. And other beta carotene rich fruits and vegetables are typically yellow or orange in colour, and there's stuff like sweet potatoes and pumpkins. There you go. Interesting fact for you. I have another true or false. You lose most of your body heat through your head.
True.
True.
False. Absolutely false. There's no evidence to support you lose as much heat through any part of your body as through your head. And the myth probably just came from in the 1950s. The military did this test on these Arctic survival suits where each subject was decked out in these really like warm thermal suits everywhere except their head, and shockingly most of the heat was lost through their head that day. An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Well, it'll be good for your teeth, but
It is
don't know if
great.
it's definitely going to keep the doctor away.
Yeah, you can still get hit by a car.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
getting serious.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
that's
I'd
true
say
anyway.
it's a bit true because they're good for you in general. Like,
Surely it's like
Vitamins.
5 apples a day now, and isn't that what they're kind of plugging?
But yeah, no, it is true, but only in a way. Obviously, because apples are good for you anyway. Like I said, they're part of your 5 a day, but also because they have been found to protect against bad cholesterol and some cancers, including colon and prostate cancer. Yeah, and there's also evidence that apples can help avoid neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinsonism. So
How do they test for that stuff?
I don't know.
Just like they have 2 people who are equally sick and just you're allowed apples and you're not allowed apples. And like if one of them happens to get a bit better, it's like
I don't know. It's probably
fucking
it's probably,
apples are
it's
class.
The cells, it's probably the cells to do with. I'm sure there's some science over way of doing it. I don't know. These are just things you tell kids. Okay, God.
you tell kids that apples protect from
No.
neurodegenerative disorders.
And the kids
No.
have such as Alzheimer's, and you go, yes, kid.
No, you tell kids that an apple a day
Modern
keeps the
lies.
doctor away, and it turns out that you weren't lying all along. That's what I'm telling you. Jeez.
Oh.
Suppose you could ask people with Alzheimer's did they eat a lot of apples, but then they wouldn't know, would they? Because they've got Alzheimer's. People go, no, I never, don't remember eating any apples. It must be the apples, so.
I guess so. Yeah.
I,
So if they were eating oranges, they wouldn't remember, but if they were eating apples, they would because it protects.
no, you
them.
misunderstand me here. So they went up to 2 old people and they said to one of them has Alzheimer's. They said, did you eat apples? And he would have said, yeah. And he would have said to the Alzheimer's patient, do you remember eating any apples? And he'd gone, no.
Don't remember
So
then?
they went, he mustn't eat any apples.
Okay. What about good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite?
How's that allowed?
I'm asking you, is it a lie? True or false?
But don't let the bed. That's more of a suggestion than a lie. Don't let them.
Yeah, but is it something that kids should or should not worry about?
Well, if there are bed bugs, don't let them bite you.
If you're asleep, you can't really
That's my
not
point,
let
is
something
that
bite
bed
you.
bugs do exist. Some people think that was just a saying that their parents did.
There must be bugs that get into your bed.
and
There's
one
a
of
such
my-
thing as bed bugs.
Oh, why are we?
In one of my houses, like one of my first houses. No, like before I moved, right? Like I woke up in the middle of the night. There was some problem with the placing the wall or the window. Ants all in my bed.
Oh.
Literally, just ants crawling around. I had a heart attack.
Not nice, but still not bed bugs, but not nice.
Well, there are bugs in my bed.
Yeah, but they're not bed bugs.
What is a bed bug?
A bed bug is a certain kind of bug. They're
Is it
called,
actually-
they're
is it real?
called bed bugs, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they're
called
microscopic,
bed bugs.
aren't they? They're like,
They want to suck your blood. Yeah, they're really tiny, and you can usually tell that you have them because it's really gross. You can see their excrements. You can't see them, but you can see what they leave on your bed, and as well as that, they can live anywhere.
How can they make poo that's bigger than
Oh no, it's not that it's bigger. It's not that it's bigger than them. It's just coloured, so all their poop kind of joins together and
they
it
have a
forms
spot.
stain
It's a group
on your
effort,
bed.
They have one spot and they all come together.
It's like in A Bug's Life, they're all bringing the little seeds to one little spot. It's like, that's what they do.
Just to mess with you, they write hello.
No, they don't.
So are we going
No.
through on that one then?
Yeah. So, like I was saying, most parents lie to protect their kids. But what about the parents that lie just for fun?
I asked parents to pretend they ate all their kids' Halloween candy and videotape that and post it to YouTube.
I ate it all.
Natalie, calm down, Natalie.
Dad, you're ugly! What? She ate it. What the heck? Oh, good for you. Now you're gonna probably get a bellyache. That's why you shouldn't eat so much candy. Mom, that's 2. 2 bags of candy. 2 plus 2 is equals 5. No, 4. You were so close. You sneaky mom!
You sneaky mom.
It's God, like it's so funny. I feel
it's evil. It's evil.
Yeah,
I
do
don't like it. It's just evil. The last 2 are funny, but just when they're in pain, like they're just in pain.
I know.
It's so horrible.
And it's the worst thing that could possibly happen to you. Like you spend all your time on Halloween night, you did your costume, you're really, really happy, you would go around to all these houses, really excited, and then it's just gone. Like it's the worst thing.
That
thing
didn't
happened-
protect them from anything. That was just really.
But it was hilarious. Though. And
No.
like, if and when I have children, I'm going to tell them loads of things just for the lulz, like just for the gas crack. What about the stuff like awkward lies? Like, or not awkward lies, but the stuff that your parents tell you about the awkward stuff, like
Oh,
where
yeah.
babies come from.
Oh yeah. When I was a kid, I never wondered where babies came from, like what made them. I wondered where in the body they came from.
Okay.
My mom told me that, this is a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. My mom told me that over the course of a pregnancy, this thing developed called a baby hole. And that's what they, like, can you imagine had I not copped that over the years and then ended up marrying someone, getting her pregnant and being worried that she hadn't got a baby hole yet? It's messed up. I know I said it to her and she doesn't remember it, but I proper based my thought of that growing up of the baby hole thing. I imagined it'd be like purple in here. And like, I don't know why purple, but it was going to be right there and then come out and then. And my dad is similar as well, because if you say to him, when we were kids, if we were watching telly and something dirty came on and we said to my dad, what does that mean? He'd go, he'd think for a second, you could see him thinking, he'd go, don't know. He didn't know what was going on. That's how we were dealt with as kids anyway.
Yeah, no, that's the end of that round, I suppose. Anyone else?
Pets dying.
Oh!
When pets died. No, it was, because you know the whole farm thing, when they went to the farm. What happened to us was, we weren't told anything. They just said nothing about it. I had a rabbit for years, and then all of a sudden I just didn't have a rabbit anymore. There's no rabbit. I said I was 5 when the rabbit was gone, and then at the age of 11 I went, didn't we used to have a rabbit? And I could have still had it for all I know. And recently we had canaries who died, and my little sister was only like 10. And I was brought in on the lie. I had to be like, oh, I'm just going to feed the canaries and stuff like that. I had to stay up in the room going, it's not true. But the rest of it is, I had to pretend. My dad, she'd come into the room, my dad'd stand in front of the cage for the whole thing. The cage was still there now, and he had to like stand there while she was talking until she left. Yeah.
We had a rabbit story as well. Like my sister got a rabbit, and she's probably a bit too young to be taking care of it. And then like they decided to build like a run like out in the garden for the rabbit, and like sometimes they'd leave the rabbit out, which was fairly irresponsible. Like because we live out in the country, so like it just ran off one time, and it came back and it was pregnant, and had all these bunnies or whatever, like, so we had like a rake of rabbits and one by one they burrowed away until there was only one left that burrowed away.
I like the way it's one by one as well. That's really sad.
I love the collective use of a rake of rabbits. It's such an Irish.
Isn't it a burrow, a burren? I don't know.
There's a lot of them anyway.
Anyway, we're gonna go to the quickfire round. Quickfire round. Kenneth's team, you ready? You can discuss with each other, but it has to be quick and fiery. Okay. What country used the Trojan horse statue to attack the city of Troy?
What?
That's not quick enough. The Greeks. Which US president had an affair with an intern which he subsequently publicly lied about?
Clinton.
Correct. What wooden puppet's nose grew longer every time he told a lie? Who sings the song Love the Way You Lie?
Rihanna. Eminem.
Yeah, very good. Which candidate in the recent presidential elections told lies about his past which may have cost him the presidency?
Sean Gallagher.
That's it. What are the 3 kinds of lies popularised by Mark Twain? It's a tough one. Lies,
I haven't
damned lies, and statistics. There you go.
That's ridiculous. How is anyone ever supposed to get that?
No, well, my dad said it the other day. That's how I got it.
Okay.
Then he's my dad.
We had that.
For real? Very good.
You wish I got that team. Why did I pick you?
Focus.
Sorry.
What reptile can in effect lie about its skin colour?
Chameleon.
Yeah, and turns out they're colourblind. Weird. And Helen Rowland said, telling lies is a fault in a boy, an art in a lover, an accomplishment in a bachelor, and what in a married man?
A big bowl of soup.
Second nature.
Oh,
That's really
so
sad,
close.
isn't it? Second nature in a man. We men. Anyway.
We got this.
James's team. What is the name of the gossip journalist who wrote Life and Lies of Albus Dumbledore in the famous Harry Potter series?
Rita Skeer.
That's it.
Boom.
Which
Ladies.
US president is said never to have told a lie?
Lincoln.
Honest Abe, that's it.
Yeah.
Who played the lying lawyer Fletcher Reed in the film Liar Liar?
Jim Carrey.
That's it. What lie was frequently used by Father Ted when referring to the money from the lotto?
It was resting in his account.
What is the crime of lying under oath in court called? Too late, perjury. What is the accepted form of lying in poker called?
Bluffing.
Who is the main character of the TV show Lie to Me?
Cal Lightman.
Extra points.
He just passed on the knowledge.
That's correct. Extra points if you can name who plays him in real life.
Tim Roth.
And who's he based on?
I don't know.
Dr. Paul Ekman.
I'm kind of glad I don't know one of them. To be honest.
Well, you're winning. So, which X Factor judge admitted that they had broken a promise they had made to themselves never to lie on the show a few weeks ago?
I haven't
I
noticed.
don't.
Name one of
so
them.
Simon, no,
Talisa.
You're on the right
Oh,
track.
go on. Name that one.
Simon Cowell.
Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow. See, no, that's shocking.
Simon Cowell.
That's that reading. Yeah.
So
Wasn't that loads of fun, guys?
Can we be just crowned champions now, or
Do we get
Yeah,
a trophy
sure.
or a
Yeah.
car? Is there something that
There's
One.
something backstage?
You get the car sitting outside Spar.
That's what this is for. Or the curtain should pull back and then there'd be a lot of money.
Well, unfortunately, there's no prize for anybody, but it was lots of
It
fun.
was a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
So these are our winners. Yay! Anyway, thank you very, very, very much for watching. Next week, join us on Lies You Tell for Lies You Tell Your Boyfriend, Girlfriend, Husband, Wife. Catch you in. Join us then. Thanks.